I think I'm going to start off with the back here. Hello YouTube. This is a 95 Mustang GT. I put all this tail light kit on, and I also put this tail wing on from a 2000 Mustang as well. Looks better than the regular one that goes a little bit wider. So it's part of my project that I'm doing. It does look nice. You just have to kind of mend the holes that the spoiler had gone to. So it means a little bit of cutting too inside, but you won't be able to see that from the outside. You just gotta, when you do body work, have it filled in, because it is a little bit different from the regular 95 spoiler. Okay, as you can see, this is the side view of my car, and I have my fender off because it got damaged, but I'm gonna put on a aftermarket fender, which is a little bit lighter, and I'll come around the side here to show you how the regular one is, and then I'll pause and continue. As you know, it's how it looks on it. So again, I'm going to pause, and then I'll put the other one on real quick and show you, how it looks before all the painting and stuff. Okay, continuing with recording. I put it on momentarily just to show you guys how this aftermarket fender looks, and it looks quite nice on here. Kind of has that Corvette look on the bottom there, as you can see. And it gives it a whole distinctive new look. And it, of course, you got to do all the sanding and everything to go with it before painting. And it's not perfect when they send it to you. You still get the tape marks and all that on it. But all in all, I'd say it's about 3 pounds lighter, somewhere in there from the regular stock fender. So just wanted to show you that, and it does line up really good. You just have to drill your own holes for the bolts to go in, which is no biggie. Just measure it, to make it centered. And then all this down here to tuck in as well. But all in all, I think it's cool. And they have different fenders on eBay and places like that. You just gotta look and see which one you like the best. This one here ran me about $300 for a pair, so that gives you an idea. But it's worth it. It looks good. And for anybody who has been kind of following of what I have with the non-stock 95 Mustang GT, the only thing that is stock on this is my bottom end. Other than that, I put the Edelbrock Performer heads on it, and I forgot to take those Therma plugs off the back of it, so I'm going to have to deal with that. I didn't think they had them on there, but make sure you get those off if you want to run your smog. I have this 76 BBK Mass Air assembly there, and also it goes on up there to your professional products. That's a 70 millimeter. If it's stock bottom end, stay with the 70. Don't go 75 or large unless you got a 306 or something that's built up, I was told. Other than that, the trick flow, upper and lower. If you come upon a problem with the bolt down here and you don't want to deal with putting a bolt, please, you have to plug it up, or this thing will suck air through it and you will have a problem. So I plugged it up with a plug inside and some sealant. It seems to be running really good that way. It quieted it down, doesn't have that air sound going through it. So yeah, just make sure everything's all vacuum leak free. Other than that, some other things I put on there was AC pump pulley. It's a delete. I did that. I wanted to keep my smog pump on, so I didn't get a delete for that. The cap is just a MSD cap. It's not anything special. Everything, and if you're down there and you change your to a different cam or whatever, always change your water pump. It's well worth it. You can get it cheap on eBay as well. And I upped it to 24 pound injectors along with the setup. And then online, everything's, a lot of stuff's been bought used. This makes sure it's really good. Like this BBK, it's emissions legal too, because it has the little what do you call that thing, for the heat rising. But I have to deal with this and make it work. Once I unplug all this stuff and have the hoses, I think it'll run real good. But I notice after, you know, having it run like this with these heads and everything, I had to unplug it from the EGR, and it ran exceptionally better. So if you guys have a Bama tuner from American Muscle, and it's a 4-bank eliminator chip, and you have it installed, it will not show up as being check engine. It will come off even with it unplugged. So just to let you know, that too is cool. And if you have Edelbrock heads and you have those roller rockers on there, 1.6 or better, you're going to have to go with this taller deck valve covers like I did. They're Edelbrock also, which I think were a pain. They look nice, but it's a pain to get on and set and stop the leak. So just get those rubber gasket type ones. They work real good, and with a little bit of sealant on it, it'll work just fine. Hope I'm going thorough enough with this. With this, the sensor for the air, and when it comes in and out, this is stock, but this isn't. I kept this stock for that sensor. And let's see, what else? I guess I'm about ready to start it up. But yeah, I had the E303 cam in it with the Edelbrock heads performer, and the twist trick flow upper and lower intake that's going for it. I have my stock radiator. All I did is upped it to the sensor, so when the temperature reaches what I want it to turn on, it'll turn on. I have mine set for like 165 to run it cool, because these 5.0s love to run cool. They don't like running hot and you'll bog down. And okay, and I already mentioned the 24 pound injectors. Those are the ones that have the little 4 holes in it, not the 1 hole down the middle, which rob you. And also, you guys, if you have this set up and you forget to change over your stock fuel pump, this thing's gonna bog really bad. I mean, it'll let you know. You'll step on it, you'll do timing and all that, and you're like, what's going on, you know? But once you know, get it changed over to a 177 to 255 liter an hour, it wakes right up. I mean, it really does. So change that over as well if you have this set up, or it will not run. It will just bog on you. You have flat spots and all that. Sorry about the train. But I'm gonna start it up next and you guys can hear it. Okay, I'm inside the car, and you can also get this type of fascia on eBay as well. Just look for white faced or whatever instrument panel for your gauges. It runs really cheap, around $23, maybe less, but it gives it a good look. But you got to get these things perfectly in line, or these little things stick on you a little occasionally on your you know, all your readings here. But I'm going to fire it up, and with this all like this, these cars like to have a little bit of gas when you have it on your foot on the pedal, because if you don't, it could die on you, especially on cold start. But if it's really dialed in, it'll probably, and you have your idle up a little more, but you don't want it too much because it'll be a racing engine, and it's difficult to stop better unless you really got some good brakes. In this case, I have stock brakes, so here we go. And you can barely hear the fuel pump on that new one, so it's really cool. And if you hear this video with the sound, it'd probably sound better with headphones because you can hear the bass, the muffler and all that. And by the way, I got the mufflers out at a junkyard for 40 bucks. And I think they're series 40 or 44 or something like that, but they're not the regular Flowmasters that I know of. But and that beeping is the computer setting, and I put super unleaded in this because with the Obama tuner, if you set it on number 3, I think 3 or 4, one or the other, you just have to read the manual thing, but it does make a difference on revs and all that. On these stock 95 Mustang GTs, the rev limiters only let you go to 5,500, and then it just bogs out with that, you know, bottom out sound. But the tuner, it allows you to go lets you go past that, so the revs are better, especially with the setup you have. So that's better. You don't want to go really past 6 with the stock bottom end, because you might start breaking things and everything, especially with the setup. So I got my foot off the pedal, and I'll continue on.